A pen bars, they always come out sick. See me light it up faster than the flick of a bic. Either way, coming through, writing pen and paper. Can't stop it anymore, go back to the pager. Fast forward cell phone, either way, on roam like the buffalo. See me on the herd alone, but either way I'm coming through. Always in my zone, and my home is wherever I choose to lay my dome. King without a crown, I don't need a fucking throne. But either way we're coming through, never atone for the sins of an iron maiden. Skills earned in the basement, coming through the last place that I'd be complacent. Angry like a fire starter, starting all the arson. Taking like a Red Sea's Moses like I parted. Either way we're coming through, turning to the serpent. The word things, the wordsmith is coming through absurd and...
Who is David Bradshaw, man? Who is BS? For those who don't know, I know who you are, but let the world know who is David Bradshaw.
I'm an MC, man, that written, recorded, freestyle, battle, open mic. I just like to create and just try and just come as original as I possibly can, honestly. Just try and approach things from a different place, like with the kamikaze picnic stuff, like Junk Island stuff, we do like a lot of character acting, like conceptually, like plot driven, character driven, like essentially stories, like on album form, all on like Junk Island, and everything's like made of trash. And like I played like all these different characters who are all BS's, like Buttershots. I have one Bowser Samoa, Brody Strucker, like Booster Sanchez.
Basically comes from your name, BS.
Yeah. And KP will give me like direction and stuff, and we'll tweak it. Like, I mean, if you listen to my my tape, which is dropping tonight at midnight, you're here, like, I probably don't sound the same on any of the joints, I just try and keep it as versatile as possible. So my hope is that one day I'm going to try all these different things, I'm going to get my hands in all kinds of different craft pockets, and one day I'm just going to wake up and they're all going to be fused together in some fashion that is only me and can't be duplicated, That's the hope. I'm just on some master my craft kind of shit, man. I'm a humble student.
That's good, man. So we all know that you're a rapper. How was it like growing up? You know what I mean? Like, were you always into hip hop, or were you into rock at first?
I was definitely spent, growing up in like the suburbs from, Alabama and like New York back to PA. Like the scene in PA was very, very rock. Like it was the whole emo come up. You know what I'm saying? Not that I was necessarily a part of that scene, but that's where a lot of my friends came from. So the influence, like I drifted towards a lot of hardcore stuff. Listen to hip hop. I wouldn't say hip hop was my love at that point, but like
I would just. How old were you around that time when you were listening to emo and stuff?
All that like more hardcore, like the screaming stuff, man. Like Black Eye shows. Anywhere from like early teens till probably about like 16, it phased out probably by the end of freshman year of college, totally gone. Like what I've realized, what really draws me to hip hop is lyricism and the lyrical dexterity that an MC can employ. I feel like other genres of music don't pay nearly as close attention to the words that they use and how they use them in word placement. And hip hop does that in such a universal way where if like I want to do something rock inspired, hip hop encompasses almost everything. So I can take a little bit of rock and put it in here, not trying to be like Limp Bizkit or any of that, But like you can do stuff like I don't know if you know like POS, the dude from Minneapolis, doing crazy like just kind of fusion kind of rock, hip hop, hardcore-ish kind of crazy shit. So I mean, just try and keep the influences as varied as possible. Because I feel like how you make something fresh.
So when did you really start getting serious into hip hop? Like around 16, 17?
Serious into it, like as a fan?
As a fan, yeah. And then when did it transition to, really becoming an artist?
Yeah, as a fan, I'd say 16, 17. Like, had this, like, little lunchroom battle with this, like, kid, random, like, drunk freestyle and, like, senior week, but nothing really serious.
How old were you
around then? Like, 16 to 18. Like, it was, like, a real sporadic thing. I mean, it was just, like, a silly thing. Like, all right, you think you could do this? Well, whatever. I'm going to do it better than you, just like that. What? Forgive the facetiousness of that kind of statement. But, at that age, that's what it was. So, then it transitioned to just, like, a release for me. For a while, for a few years, I couldn't write unless, like, it was, like, a cathartic kind of release. Like, I had to have all this, like, stuff going on. And, like, I just went through, like, some really, like, dramatic periods. Like in my life, just people and all kinds of different stuff shuffling in and out. And, like...
So the stuff that you talk about is reality?
Yeah. Like... Definitely some of the joints, like I have a joint called Work. It's about data entry, you know what I mean? Like no frills, no promotion contract won't let me, only excelling I see is spreadsheets. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I got a joint called Get Over Yourself. It's about like a girl, the whole like get over yourself, get over yourself, get over yourself, and then let's talk about me. Yeah. I work for the NYU Child Study Center, actually. I'm a research assistant, health educator, part data entry, part office slave. There's a little like case management aspects to it, but I work with this program. I work with high schoolers actually. A lot of them have like breathing problems, so a lot of like undiagnosed asthmatics, like a lot of at-risk youth. Like I'm assigned to like Prospect Heights, like school, like right on the edge, like Crown Heights. So I do that.
What do you do with them? Like, what do you...
Do like a lot of health ed kind of stuff, a lot of workshops. Like we actually have like a parent workshop. Like tomorrow night, like we're gonna be doing a bunch of different stuff like with them, and like okay, so this is like it's like an educational like quote unquote intervention, like not in like the hyper dramatic sense, but you know it's just a lot of these kids, they just don't know stuff about asthma. Like they don't know like you know symptoms of asthma like wheezing, coughing, shortness of breath, chest tightness. You know I feel like most people could name at least a few of those, and some of these kids would be like, oh, what's wheezing? It pays the bills, and you know, rock the 9 to 5 disguise, and then clock out, clock back into like MC nightlife, I guess.
So do you ever sleep, man? Because I know you work from what 9 to 5.
9 to 5, sometimes like later. Like I got like my workshop thing tomorrow to start till 6, and I'll be on the clock since 9. Yeah, since 9, and like running that. Yeah. So I mean, it's hard, man, because sometimes it's like, all right, gotta write this day, gotta mix this day. I'm working on like 5 different projects at the same time. You know, it's been hectic, but honestly, it's like I need it. You know, if you're just doing something just to do it, it becomes hollow. Like I love this from the bottom of my heart, and if I could be, you know, doing this like for real, like all the time, I would love it. Hell, I'd love to ghostwrite for people. Like, you know, I was telling you, doing some writing for the psychologist out in California, doing this mental health like hip hop. It's a mental health hip hop initiative is what it's called. Shout out to Patrice Walters. So we're starting to do some of that. I'm working on a song about procrastination, working on a different song like bipolar disorder. So it's nice to see the 9 to 5 kind of meet hip hop, and I'm still getting paid. So I mean, it's cool, and I feel like it's something I believe in. I feel it's a good thing. Like, you know, certain vehicles to communication aren't as effective as they used to be. You can't just talk at people and expect them to digest it. But something like hip hop being so universal and having so many just catchy facets to it, the rhythm aspect to it, the like dynamic lyricism flows, like a personality driven kind of experience, people might actually listen to the message.